Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make waxed linen. This is a period plausible item, meaning it shows up in some artwork and written text, but there's still some debate about whether it actually occurred in the Middle Ages. We're going to be making a cup cover that can help keep bugs or debris out of your cup. This can also be used to make small packages for dry goods or similar items to take snacks with you on the road. So making your waxed linen cup cover or other waxed linen is a fairly simple process. Today I'm doing it in an electric skillet. You can do this on your cooktop as well, anywhere you can keep control of the temperature. Beeswax does have a very low melting point, so you're going to want to keep the temperature down low and stay with it. Keep it well attended so that it doesn't catch on fire. Like I said, we're going to be making a cup cover in this demonstration. This one is made using about a 7-inch square of linen. You can also use quilter's cotton or silk for this. It could be really any size as long as you have a pan to put it in. I'm also using a disposable foil pan so that I don't damage my electric skillet. That way all the beeswax residue will just stay in this disposable pan that I just keep and reuse for projects like this. I'm using just beeswax. Some other recipes you'll find online use some essential oils or resins added in as well. I wanted to keep this simple for demos, so all I use is beeswax, and it seems to work okay. The first step is just, like I said, have your electric skillet on a low temperature, and you're just going to melt a small amount of wax down here in the bottom of the pan until you get just a little layer built up, a little pool of it. Depending on what fabric you use, it'll absorb a different amount of wax. So it's kind of a trial and error process, and you can add to it. Once we get a decent amount of wax melted, you just add in your cloth, and you can see it absorb the wax there. And we're going to want it to become fairly uniform color so that we know the wax has been absorbed. So you'll just continue to rub your block of wax on top, or you can kind of move it out of the way and just melt some more wax for it. You don't want to get too much wax in the pan because then you get too much buildup on your cloth and have to deal with that. So it will start to cool on you depending on where you have your heat set, but it's really not a hard process. It goes pretty quickly. And once your cloth is saturated, we're pretty close here. Once you know that your cloth is well saturated, you just take it out of the disposable pan. It's still fairly hot, so a lot of times I'll use like a wooden skewer or something like that to take it out. And then I'll just put it on a piece of scrap cloth or a pile of scrap cloth to cool. That'll absorb any extra beeswax, and it won't damage your surface. If you end up with heavy beeswax areas, you can put it between a few layers of scrap cloth and press it with an iron, and that scrap cloth will absorb the extra beeswax. You just want to be careful you have enough there that you don't actually get the wax on your iron. Once this cools, it'll be able to hold a shape. You can mold it just using the heat from your hands. You'll want to store it in either a plastic bag or a linen pouch and keep it out of the heat. If it's in your hot car, the wax will melt and get on whatever it's touching, so be aware of that. Like I said, these can be used as a cup cover like I'm showing here. You could also use a larger piece and fold it to hold non-perishable food items like nuts or crackers, something like that. You wouldn't want to use it for meat, just They can be washed gently with some water, but you can't really soak them to get bacteria out. So you can make pouches. You can see if that was a bigger piece of fabric, you could carry some other food items. So like I said, it's a quick, easy project. It's a great use for scrap fabric you have left over. I made them a little fancier before by either block printing something in the middle with a stamp. You could embroider or decorate the edges, something like that. And then you have your wax food wrap, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. If you have questions, my email address is in the description below. Thank you.